Hello everyone! Welcome back to the channel. In this one we'll be doing our first ever how-to guide. In this guide we'll do a playthrough of the Why Cook Combat Log achievement. For the achievement, you have to subdue Temporos by getting rewarded with 10 reward permits from a single Temporos fight. In order to get 10 permits, we'll have to get at the very least 8,300 points. I'll flash on screen the gear setup that you can use, or potential gear setups that you can use. This all comes off the wiki. For me, I use the Spirit Angular outfit because I don't need to have the rope in my inventory, and that gives me one extra slot. You'll have to have in your inventory at least 3 buckets to 5 at most, and a hammer. Now, I'll do a playthrough and kind of walk you guys through a little bit of what I did. Alrighty everyone, time for a little bit of the playthrough action. So, for the first round, what I ended up doing was fishing 8 fish, then cooking those fish while waiting for the double harpooning spots to open up, or to appear. When those appeared, I went through and tried to fish full inventory as fast as I could before having to tether myself for the first wave. Now, with those spots, you want to do that primarily throughout the entirety of the game. Is you want to be fishing those spots as much as possible. If you can't fish those spots, that's okay too. You want to also, when the fires appear, douse the fires at least on your side, so that there's not much of an issue to deal with later on. As you go through the game, the first round should be the only round that you get any of his special attacks, like the wave or the fires, that kind of like mess with you a little bit. Outside of that, for the rest of the game, there will be no special attacks. And what I mean by that is when you get his energy down to a certain percentage, which is usually below, I want to say 40%, but I bring it down to 10% just to be on the safe side. He will not spawn any special attacks, so you're good and dandy to fish the entire time, shoot the fish off, and so on and so forth. And that's what you're going to do primarily for the first 2 rounds, is just fish and shoot, fish and shoot. So when he goes under after the first round, you're not going to go harpoon his fishing spot. You're going to continue fishing and cooking for a full inventory again to start shooting at him to get him down to 10% after he resurfaces. And then it gets a little bit more tricky when you start getting into the 3rd and 4th rounds, which I'll explain that here in a little bit. Alright guys, back after the second round. So by the time Tempor submerges for the going into the third round, so after the end of the second round going into the third round, you're going to start hitting him at the actual harpooning spot down on the dock. What you're going to do is you're going to take his life down to about 50% or less. This will give you enough time towards the end to be able to kill him so he doesn't re-submerge. And this has to do with what he does in the fourth round and how fast the storm accumulates as far as getting him to the point of rage. Now, what you're going to do with this next round going into the third round, the third round is what I like to call the fish and cook and drop round. So what you're going to do is you're going to basically fish a full inventory, cook a full inventory, drop half of the inventory in front of one bucket, the other half in front of another bucket before you put him in to shoot the cannons at him. You're going to then go fish another inventory and cook that inventory, and when he submerges, you're not going to go hit him again. You're going to continue filling both of those buckets while he's submerged going into the fourth round. So when you fill those buckets, and make sure both of them are filled, because if you only fill one, you're going to get a fail for this one because it doesn't kill him fast enough. You have to fill two buckets simultaneously so he dies at the same time or just before his storm hits the maximum rage. And then so when he goes down and submerges again for a third time, you can go finish him off, and that should give you enough points to finish the game. And there you have the Why Cook challenge.